All right, you guys, this is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson, and we are doing an impromptu. Oh, unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable what I'm about to share with you today. Ah. Well, before I dive into all of this and give you an update that you definitely want to know about, and please share with your friends. And if you haven't gone to our YouTube channel, and I'm going to reinforce this today, go there. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, as I'm going to talk about what's going on in the world of YouTube, then you may never even know about whatever videos we put up, make available, because there's a new censorship that's now being implemented. We've seen all this start during the pandemic. They blocked information from being shared, which we all now know was absolutely ridiculous. Doctors were stripped. They were put in positions where they couldn't share their beliefs. And there was like one world order when it came to like what you're supposed to do. And now we're starting to see that a lot of that was lies, and we were bamboozled, hoodwinked. We were just lied to. And when it comes to weight loss and nutrition, man, there's some craziness going on. But before I dive into all of that, I want to say that this share with you today is brought to you by our Detox Drop. Well, you drop it like it's hot. I did it the first 7 days of the month of September. I will do it the last 7 days of the month of September. And I am excited and always delighted to embrace it, because I want to be healthy. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't. Some people really don't care. They're just going to eat and do what they do. They're going to live with their diabetes. They're going to be okay with their fatty liver. They're just going to just go with it. And when the time comes where they can't reverse their situation and they got to go out, then they'll just pray to God and hey, I had a good life, and or what they believe is a good life, and then they're out of here. And God bless them. And hey, to each his own. Okay, so I don't want to go out like that. So we're not talking about me. We are not talking about me. We are talking about what's going on in the world. Okay, now I share because I care. And let me just bring you guys up to date. This is what's going on. YouTube has partnered with the World Health Organization. Why do you want to know this? Well, the World Health Organization, if they believe that certain things are considered healthy, or if they believe that some things are not correct information, or they would define it as misinformation, then whatever is posted on YouTube will either be taken down because it doesn't align with what they believe is the truth, or the algorithms will be set up where you won't even know it's there. Again, we're looking at freedom of speech. Now, there's a lot of information that's being shared about nutrition that I totally disagree with. I think it's an abomination what some people are recommending when it comes to nutrition. I believe that a lot of the stuff out there is just absolutely horrible. And I think it's sad that many people fall prey to it. However, I'm okay with that information being out there, because I think it's up to each and every one of us to decide what is going to work best for us. What's going to work best for you? And that hopefully you have enough critical thinking that you can look at look at something, read it, think about it, and then use your own gut or past knowledge and understanding to decide if it's something that you're willing to put to practice. Now, I know that not everyone is able to do that. I totally get it. But I'm torn, because, for instance, if you look at the World Health Organization, right? If you went to their site right now, they are very clear that sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, sucralose, stevia, right? We're talking about, sweet and low, equal, products like Splenda, stevia, they're very clear that those sweeteners cause or have a potential negative impact on a person's health. But if you go to the American Heart Association or the American Diabetes Association, they encourage those same sweeteners. So who's right? Is the American Heart Association and the American Diabetes Association, are they right? And the World Health Organization is wrong? Or is it vice versa? So even though you may promote something that comes from the American Heart Association that has a lot of credibility in the United States, if it contradicts what the World Health Organization is recommending, then it's considered misinformation. Now, there's a part of me that loves that because, all right, we can finally start to have debates. But what's going to happen and what is happening is there's this world order where they're all going to be in agreement with the World Health Organization. And I think it's sad that YouTube has fallen prey. But I get why they would, because they don't know any better. Even if they have a medical director or a staff, who the hell are they? They don't know. I mean, I have clients who are physicians at very, very high levels. So what does that mean? And I can tell you right now that they don't know. And many of them don't even know what they don't know. So, like, who to believe? And that's why at the end of the day, it comes down to each and every one of us that we must do our due diligence. And so I'm asking you to go to my website. Make sure you know what my website is, dietfreelife.com. Follow me on Instagram if you're on Instagram. Go to YouTube, not only like and subscribe, make sure you hit the bell. And then I'm going to really start to put forth more energy to make sure people are able to connect with me through our own newsletter so that we can give you information directly. Because if we count on social media, you may not get the information. Now, for some of you influencers who are out there with no real background on nutrition and health, but yet you make a living sharing your ideas and ways, they're about to block and slam you big time. So you better get the most out of it. Start an OnlyFans or something like that, because they're about to block you and it's only going to get worse. Because if they believe that keto is bad or keto is good, then that's going to be the thing that everyone is going to look at as legit. And who the hell is the World Health Organization? They get money from all over the country. They have ideas, but they're not the end all be all. If they were, I would be working with them, right? Because we know through our clinical data that we're able to help 92% of people who are type 2 diabetic no longer be a type 2 diabetic. They don't have those kind of numbers. They don't have anywhere close to that. So we wait. I mean, imagine, look what's going on, you guys. I'm telling you, it's not good. There's a lot of information that's been blocked. People can't even get access to it, even through the Freedom of Information Act. Man, it's really getting bad. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to connect with me directly. And who knows? And when I say who knows, I'm talking about one day you may have a social media website. You may have a YouTube channel. If they decide that you got too much momentum and whoever they is, then they can shut you down. They can shut you down. So that's why it's like, you know what? We're going to have our own new app soon. New app. So that you can be directly in touch with us. Because even with Facebook, who knows where these guys are going? They believe who they believe. They pay people a ton of money and they get to this place where it's like, they got to believe these people because they're paying a ton of money to like guide them, to help them, to, direct them in what direction they need to go in. And a lot of what I see being preached from the World Health Organization and others is not accurate. They're behind. But yet they want to be the be all end all. It's unbelievable. Ain't helping nobody improve their health situations, but yet have an opinion about it. You know, if you just look at what went on with the masks and the mask mandates, fast forward, the Cochrane Review, which is the most respected review organization in the world when it comes to science, they recently came out and was very clear. As a result of not observation, but randomized controlled trials, that wearing a mask does not prevent others from getting the virus. Wearing a mask does not prevent you from getting it. But yet, because there's been talk about the spread of a new disease, more people are wearing a mask than they were 3 weeks ago. Even though the science is clear that it's not helping, it just shows the power of the media. And when people hear something or learn something, that becomes the end all be all. It becomes the truth. And so they're wearing these masks thinking that it's helping, but based on information that was once encouraged by the World Health Organization. Even though the World Health Organization knows that it's flawed. So who are we going to believe? That's why, like I tell people, look, we have a Food as Medicine conference. It's virtual. The goal in that conference is for anybody, nurses, mothers, cousins, friends, teachers, trainers, nutritionists, people to get clear understanding on what is legit and what's not when it comes to food as medicine. You know, I had someone call me today, someone I respect, and she may even be listening to this. I don't know. But we were having a conversation, and she wanted me to consider this product that she was claiming was helping people, and she would put me in touch with someone from the company, and they would explain to me how it's really helping people with all types of health issues. And I asked a couple questions, and it was above her pay grade. And I said, look, I'm not going to challenge anyone, but if they can't explain this one thing, then we're probably not going to have a good conversation. And she says, well, I'm sure they know about that. They know about that. And I go, if they knew about it, they wouldn't be selling the product that you say is really good, because that would be total obvious hypocrisy. And she says, well, maybe they know something that you're not aware. I said, you know what? And maybe you are right. So then I would be open to it. So I can be open-minded, because maybe, and if I can learn something that can help me have a better understanding and clarity, and I could potentially use whatever I learned to help more people, hey, I'm all in. But make sure your shit or whatever it is solid, because I'm not going to be mean, but I am going to ask questions. And if there's no answers, I mean, come on. Am I supposed to just dive in just because? No. Very interesting. Anyway, you guys, there's a censorship going on, and I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. Okay. I just want you to know that there's some censorship going on. And unfortunately, that puts you in a position where we got to go back to the libraries. Literally. I think you have a better chance going to a library in the near future than even going on Google. Because when they start to censor, they make it possible for when you start to search, what actually shows up in your search. And they can do that really quickly. And if you only go by or make decisions based on what you discover in a search, then you may be fooling yourself, because they're fooling you. Man, some crazy times, man. So remember, you guys, go to our website. We do have a newsletter. Some people get it, some people don't. But follow me on Facebook. subscribe on YouTube, and at least you'll be informed whenever we upload information before they start to really push hard on these censorships. It's just really unfortunate, and not just for me, but for I think it's to all of our benefit to have full disclosure and access to everything. Whether I believe in it or not, I am not one who would be okay with anyone being censored. I think it's sad. I think we all, I think it's up to us to be able to like make decisions based on reading through information, investigating if we choose to do that. Or, you know what, you find someone like me that will do that kind of work for you. And I know that whatever I recommend to someone, I'm recommending it from my doing my due diligence. That's why I don't endorse just any product. And the products that I have endorsed, I stand by. Because I've seen the data, I've seen the studies, I've seen the due diligence from their end. Then fortunately, if it was around for a while, I got to observe and see how it worked with people through observation. And then I still keep questioning it. So anyway, thank you guys. Have a good one. It is hump day as I record this live. If you're catching a replay, thank you for being here. Please share, like, subscribe, and give me your opinion. Are you okay with censorship? Do you encourage censorship when it comes to like our learning about nutrition and the relationship between what we eat, how we eat, and our overall health, not just now, but in the future? I don't want censorship. I want access to everything. I want to hear what everybody has to say. I want to be able to go, man, that sounds crazy. Or I want to be in a position where I can go, that's interesting. Let me look into it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not about censorship, you guys. I mean, even the crazy ones, and I know some crazy ones that put some information out there that's just crazy. If I decide to listen to it, I want to be able to make a decision based on how I perceive that information. Because sometimes, even when you listen or look at craziness, it'll put you in a position where you'll dive deep. And it may not be that you come around to believing what they're saying, but it'll put you in a position to even believe more about what you do believe. We deserve it to ourselves. We're not stupid, and we don't need someone to tell us what is proper and what is not. Not long ago, they said don't eat butter because it will cause your cholesterol to be up high. Not long ago, they said stop eating eggs, the egg yolks, because it'll cause your cholesterol to be up high. You see what I mean? And now we know that that wasn't necessarily true. And what I mean by that is that eating cholesterol does not cause your cholesterol, your serum cholesterol, to be elevated. And it took about 60 years before the American Heart Association acknowledged that they were wrong. Now we all get that, and I believe that science is settled. But if they just censored us, then we would only believe what we're privy to. And because social media has become what it is, they didn't see this coming. There's a lot of people out there expressing and sharing information that can be helpful. At the same time, there's a lot that's out there that may prove to be harmful. So tell your kids to pay attention in school so they can be educated, so they can actually look at something, read something, think it through, right? Apply their critical thinking, and then put them in a position where they can go to the next, meaning they can learn a little bit more and learn a little bit more and learn a little bit more until they have clarity on what they believe is going to be to their best interests. I don't want to be controlled. I'm with you, Debbie. I'm with you, Gwen. I hear you, Claudia. So that's why we have to just tighten up our way of communicating. Okay, let's just tighten it up. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I know what we're doing is working. Anyway, happy hump day. This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. I share because I care. And I'm gonna go back to work now. I got some things to do. I got some coaches to help out. Because we're on a move. We are on a move to make a difference in the lives of many. And I'm hoping we're doing the same for anyone who's not a coach. because I want you to be informed. And learning and being aware of this censorship stuff is part of being informed. Until the next one.